In Sikhi, there appears to be a lot of male domination, and women might need some support or guidance. Is there anything in Gurbani that relates specifically to women?
I think everything in Gurbani relates to women because women represent the feminine. Women are the feminine principle, and Gurbani is addressing everyone as being the feminine principle. Everyone as being the polarity to God, where God is the only masculine principle. And if you're looking for references in Gurbani that will support you, I think one really, really beautiful reference is the Shabad, Jisisimrata Sabakilibikanase, Bitiri Hoi Udharo, which is the Shabad that goes, this is the mother's prayer, Puta Mata Ki Asis. And I think you should know right off the bat that the power of the prayer of the mother is the most powerful prayer. So keep that in mind. Women have great power, and women are all mothers, potential mothers. So you're either mothering in your actions, mothering in your relationships, not really mothering, but just that you have that ability. In this prayer, Bhuta Mata Ki Asis, I really, really love it. If you look at it, you can say, oh, well, I'm always using that because I'm praying for my kids. But no, use it to pray for yourself. Use it. When you look at the words, it's like you can be a mother to your own self, because what you're doing is you're nurturing yourself as the most beautiful individual. And how beautiful do you want your life to be? How beautiful do you want you to be? And in the words of the Putamata Kesis, you get to Amrit Pivo Sadad Shiradivo, drink the nectar. It's my prayer, because I'm my own mother. I am praying for my own child within me. And look at it like that. It's like, may you find joy in the recitation of God's name. Because this is the one thing that's going to give you power beyond any power that you know. Because if you pray for something, you say, oh, well, what would I like? Well, I'd like an iPod. I'd like a really great boyfriend. I'd like a group of girls that I can hang out with and party. But, you know, what is it that's really going to bring you something of value that's going to continue? Because your circles always change, your boyfriends, your friends always change, and you know, when you get the iPod, then there's something else you want. But what really is of value is learning to value yourself and finding the wonderful things that bring you happiness. So in this prayer, when you recite it, I think you should recite it in English and really study it and see that as a template for your prayer for yourself, and that you love yourself that much that you want something beyond what you have as your limit. All you know is what's in your world, right? God knows what's in infinity. So if you ask for something that's finite, then you'll get cheated, because God's going to give you something much bigger than that, and you don't even know that. You can't know. So always shoot and go into your infinite channel through the prayer, which is Putamata Ki Asis. Another one is, it's a prayer for happiness called Mangala Sajabaya Prabha Apana Gaya Ram. And in this prayer, it's like you're really talking about, I'm the wife of God, and I don't have it right here to read to you, but I can tell you that when you read it, it just puts you right into that place of thinking that your mate, your husband, is God. And if you keep thinking that, if you keep thinking, wow, doesn't mean you're not going to have fun, believe me, you'll still have fun. But if you relate to God as your mate, and you're like best boyfriend, then everybody around you, you have immunity. You can look at all these guys, whether they want your attention or they don't want your attention, and it's just like you can just feel good, because because you are distant, and you can have fun without having the need. It's the need that compromises you. It's the need that throws you off. As soon as a woman becomes needy and wants something from a man, then she loses. When you need something from a man, if you need his attention, if you need his anything, then you blow it because you lose your power. If you live totally internally fueled, then they're all gonna like want to do things for you, and you don't have to lose your power. So any other references from Gurbani that I can think of, which is one that I heard, is Iyanurdiye Manara Kaikare, which comes from Shabad Hazari, written, used to be right after Japji and the Nitnams, and now they put it in the back of the Nitnam. That powerhouse there is, if you look at it, it's like, oh silly woman, why are you, it states exactly that if you're just putting on makeup, then you're not investing yourself. But if you ask those beloved of God and decorate yourself through your grace and your spirituality, then you will be a happy wife. Then the last one is the reference from Gurbani that they sing every morning in Asaduvar, which is Panda Jame, Panda Nime, Panda Mangana Vyaho. And you can recite any of these Shabads 11 times a day, but I really urge you to also read them in English. This Shabad is talking about that every single man seeks out a woman, always, constantly is needing a woman in his life. And the only one that is beyond a woman is God. So this Shabad relates specifically to how important the woman is. So if you're from a Punjabi family or a Punjabi background and you're feeling way in the back seat, like, well, I could just slip through life and nobody has to know that I'm a Sikh because I can do whatever I want because I don't have any accountability, well, that doesn't promote your experience, because challenges definitely promotes a deep experience. So I would just say, you have to challenge yourself. And if some young man, brother, cousin, uncle, boyfriend says, you're acting trashy, you're talking trashy, you're dancing sexy, don't get offended. Just take it as a compliment. They care enough about you, they respect you, they see you as somebody important. Accept that as a compliment. And just step back and don't say a word. Just look at it and say, I'll think about that. So, Satnam.